Good morning, everybody, and welcome trackside here to the second race of the weekend for Formula Trophy 2025. This is race number 2. We had a fantastic first race yesterday, and I can't believe we're back here nice and early in the morning for race number 2. 2 races today, and as you can see behind me, the grid is starting to fill up. So, who we have on pole position? Well, we have the young Peyton Westcott, one of the only female drivers in the field, and she sits on pole position after a magnificent battle yesterday with Swedish rival Lindblom. But alongside her will be one of the Yassi racing cars. That will be Adam Alazari. Then we have David Cosma Christopher on row number 2, and you can just see his car right there up on the Jaxo XL Motorsport. But before we go through the grid, let's actually see if we can get a quick word with some of the drivers. Let's head over to Yassi Racing's Adam Alazari. As I see, there's Peyton is having a bit of a cool-down session there for her because, yes, it is the morning. It's only about, what, give or take 20-ish degrees centigrade. It's still quite warm for a lot of these drivers, especially when you're sat on the grid like this. And let's see if we can get a quick word here with Adam. Adam, I think he's focused. Adam, focused, ready to go. I got one question to ask you, if you don't mind. This, of course, racing here on your home circuit in Dubai, but of course you did British F4. What's the difference between the two?
There is no difference.
So there's no difference. Which of the two do you prefer? Do you prefer racing here at home, or do you prefer racing over in the UK?
I like racing in general, so I don't really know.
So the drivers are kind of in the zone here because, of course, it is kind of early in the morning here. So very short words there from Alazari. So let's go through. Let's walk a bit further down here. Maybe later on we can get a quick chat with some of the drivers who are out. So here on the left is David Cosma, the Romanian. He was very quick out the box as well, although didn't finish on the podium, but he'll be searching for that today after finishing here, or qualifying a bit here in 3rd place. Then if we look further back, the number 19, well, actually these two yesterday had a fantastic battle for position. It was only 4th overall, but still that battle raged on pretty much throughout the entire race. The Pinnacle Motorsport here, the number 19. We'll expect great things from them. Now then we get towards where we had those fantastic battles for the 2nd step of the podium. Hunter Salvatore, the Australian here, he was at the tail end of that sort of 3-way scrap, but really took the fight to the two in front of him in the Evans GP car, because the two in front of him was Rowan Campbell-Pilling and Theo Palmer. So Rowan here on the right-hand side, then we've got a high-tech TGR car of Theo Palmer at the end. But the one I really want to highlight is that young man right there, the number 10 in the Mumbai Falcon Racing Limited car there. Alboksoy, a rookie here this weekend. He's done less than 3 races in these single-seaters in his entire career. And he showed the field yesterday just how good he is by finishing over 3.3 seconds ahead of his closest rival. Not only did he walk away with overall victory, he also walked away with top honors in the rookie category. But he's kind of familiar territory, because here's the thing. Today, he started on pole position. Nice clean track ahead of him. No one really that close to him on the right-hand side. Today, in the first race, he has to start from 8th position. So he actually has to deal with passing cars and a bit of traffic in front of him, which is a new experience for him. He hasn't started this low in the grid yet. Okay, we've only had 1 race, but still, he's had a pretty much decent race weekend so far. He started exactly where he wanted to be. He get his optimal line sorted out, cut off to the right-hand side, and shoot his way through sector 1. But now he has to deal with 7 other cars in front of him. What's he going to do when it comes time? Now, let's see if we can get a really quick word with Alp before we get thrown off the grid. I hope we can have a chat with him real quick. The thing is, the drivers get really in the zone, especially here at the beginning. Is it all right if we have a quick chat with Alp real quick? Alp, that was a fantastic race yesterday. 2 pole positions, but starting from 8th place. What's the strategy going towards turn 1?
Yeah, so first the strategy is to have a good start, and then let's see what we can do. We have the pace, and yeah.
And now with you starting so far back, you've got a couple of cars here that yesterday. Do you think they're going to give you any trouble through sector 1?
I hope not, but we'll see.
Thank you so much for talking to us there again. Great to talk to Alp, our winner yesterday. 2 pole positions as well on his repertoire, on his CV. This is the man to watch here, the young driver from Turkey in the number 10 for the Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited. The grid is being cleared here, so that means we also have to get off the grid. It's great to have a brief chat with some of the drivers. I know it's still early, that they maybe in the second race today we can have a better chat with some of them, maybe some team personnel as well. But for now, we will exit the grid and then we'll head back upstairs to the commentary box where we'll rejoin you in a few moments' time.
So, welcome to Race 2 of Formula Trophy here in the United Arab Emirates. Our first round this weekend. One thrilling race yesterday, won by Al-Boxoy, our leading rookie as well. And he shared the podium with Theo Palmer and Rowan Campbell-Pilling. Now, will it be the same today here this morning in race number 2? Well, we have 25 minutes plus an additional lap to find out who will be on the top step of the podium. Peyton Westcott is in the prime position where she would like to be. She can be the one on the top step of the podium here, with Adam Al-Azhari alongside for company from Yas Heat Racing. So let's have a look through the order here, and then we can have a look where everybody is so far. And this one's going to be quite interesting. I think Al-Boxoy, very calm when we spoke to him on the grid as well. Very cool head on those shoulders there of the young Turkish driver. I don't think he has too much to worry about here when it comes to the cars in front of him. I think he's going to find the optimal line through and ensure that he can be back on the top step of the podium when it comes the end of the 25 minutes plus an additional lap here. So Peyton Westcott with Adam Al-Azhari will line up on the front row of the grid for Mumbai Falcon Racing Limited. Alongside him will be will be the Yas Heat Racing car. Then David Cosma Christopher in the XL Motorsport camp. In that number 3, and then it's the number 19 from Pinnacle Motorsport alongside for company Nicolo behind the wheel of that car. And then we have Hunter Salvatore, who finished 4th yesterday in the number 60, who is locked in battle with Rowan Campbell-Pilling and Theo Palmer for that second and third step of the podium. Rowan Campbell-Pilling, of course, racing as well here for XL Motorsport, with Theo Palmer racing for High-Tech TGR. But Albok Soy, all eyes were on him yesterday to see where he would be at the end of the 25 minutes and 1 additional lap. Well, he didn't have to look back at all throughout the race, as he went pretty much unchallenged throughout. There was a brief safety car at the beginning. That was sort of the only time he had to really look in his rearview mirrors to see what's happening behind him. But from there, his focus was solely on what's happening in front of him, with a clear track there. So then we have the 77 and number 4 that will share the 5th row of the grid with Scott Lindblom, who was penalised yesterday for pushing Peyton Westcott off of the track down in 11th position. But Terhani Halim, the Malaysian, will line up alongside him in row 6 in the 88, with Jabar Sabah on row number 7 alongside the number 68. So as the Formula Trophy cars work their way around the Dubai Autodrome here on the formation lap, this is race number 2 of the weekend. The 3rd race will take place later on today. Now, what can Peyton Westcott do from pole position? Can she keep Adam Al-Azhari and the rest of the field behind her as they will reform up on the grid here in their respective positions? The 98, the Mumbai Falcons Limited Racing car, will line up in pole position alongside Yas Heat Racing's Adam Al-Azhari in the number 12. They make their way through the final corner, and because we have 24 cars here, it's going to feel like an absolute eternity for Peyton when she sits in pole position, and the temps start to drop as it gets a bit cooler while they are sat stationary for such an extended period of time. Now, I have to say, at the tail end of the field, unfortunately, is Noah Kilian and Yuta Suzuki. Unfortunately, they did not complete the first lap yesterday. We saw both of them retiring early on. We saw Noah Kilian's car being pushed back behind the wheel. We didn't see much of what happened to Yuta Suzuki, but there was a little bit of contact between the two of them, and that's what caused both of them to go out. So hopefully from the back of the field, there'll be 2 to watch here, as well in the 13 and the 58 car. And the other one to keep a close eye on for is Hunter Salvatore in the number 60. He really put on a fantastic fight yesterday and was ever so close to the back bumper of those in front of him, and looking for his first podium finishing position here. Now, there is a car out of order there at the tail end. Now, is that Jordan Moodley, who is out of position? Well, they slot in now to where they should be, and that's not exactly where you want to be, and this will delay the start ever so slightly here. So Peyton waiting for those red lights to come on, and when all 5 have been extinguished, we'll be racing here as the green flag waves at the end of the grid. That signifies everyone is position, and we are ready to go racing here at the Dubai Autodrome for the 2nd time in Formula Trophy. The lights are out, and we are racing here for the 2nd time. It's a great start there from Westcott, blocking the path of Adam Al-Azhari, but the rest of the field now charging around the outside. That looks like the Pinnacle Motorsport car of Nicolo in the number 19, trying to go all the way around the outside alongside Adam Al-Azhari, but Westcott blocks them all. Down through turn 1 she goes, and that's the start that she wanted exactly. Now she wants to stay in that position as well. A little bit of a lock-up going through the first corner. One of the Mumbai Falcon Racing Limited cars going off track. Hope that's not Albok Soy. It's not. It's the number 16 that's gone off. That's Bernardo Bernoldi, who started in 15th position on the 8th row of the grid. But for Westcott, what a start from her. She has done it pitch perfect and stayed in front and just watched what happened behind her. It looks like Rowan Campbell-Pilling is already up now into 4th position. Or is that Davide Cosma? Because Davide would have started a little bit further up the road from his XL Motorsport teammate. Who's that? What number is that? Well, we can tell you that Nicolo in the number 19 is now 3rd at the moment, being hounded by one of the XL Motorsport cars. That looks like the number 3 of David Cosma, so good start from him as well, but losing a position out there to the number 19. On the inside is that that looks like the Hunter Salvatore car on the inside of Rowan Campbell-Pilling, just behind, as Westcott just continues to watch all the action unfolding behind her, and allowing her to escape up the road as we try to go 3 wide with Scott Lindblom in the middle of that through turn 12. Now down towards the bowl complex here, and it's a good clean run on this very first lap here for Formula Trophy in race 2. It looks like Al Moxoy might be locked in a battle here with Scott Kinlimblom at the moment in that number 5, and that will be the number 10 of Al Moxoy, having to deal with traffic here for the first time in race number 2 after starting in pole position yesterday, walking away with maximum points. But for Westcott, she will lead the first lap here around the Autodrome, and now can she lead the rest of the race here? She is building a gap, and let's have a look at what that gap is between herself and Adam Al-Azhari behind her. Well, it's 0.7 of a second separating the two of them, and it is Nicolo up in now 3rd position overall. Davide Cosma-Christopher down to 4th place. Theo Palmer up into 6th position. Al Moxoy gains a position up into 7th position, and Scott Kinlimblom up now into 8th position. It was Rowan Campbell-Pilling, unfortunately, who did not get the start that he wanted at all after finishing 3rd yesterday. Drops all the way down to 9th position here at the Dubai Autodrome. Putera Hani Halim also moves up the order as well, now up into 10th place here at the Dubai Autodrome in Formula Trophy. Race number 2 of the 2025 season here. A very hectic season it will be. There'll be back-to-back race weekends here. 3 races at the Autodrome, 3 at the Aston Marina circuit next week, and then another 3 the week after that as well. And all of them have one goal in mind: to walk away with the biggest prize of it all at the end of the trophy. Now, Peyton Westcott trying to escape the clutches of Adam Al-Azhari as he now moves away from the cars that are behind him. As the number 19 and Nicolo currently controlling that battle for 3rd position. But Adam Al-Azhari now released from the clutches of that Pinnacle Motorsport car in the Yassi Racing, and trying to move up the order, trying to take a victory here at the Dubai Autodrome and get Yassi racing their first victory of the season. Mumbai Falcon Racing Limited have already had 1 win yesterday, courtesy of Al Moxoy, looking for their 2nd race victory as well here for Peyton Westcott. As we are on lap number 2 here, working our way through the bowl complex here, and Peyton looking to extend that gap that she has between herself and Adam Al-Azhari. It was 0.7 of a second last time round. What will it be when they come through the line this time round through turn 16 for the 2nd time? As behind them, Davide Cosma-Christopher trying to find a way past the number 19. Now, this is very reminiscent of the battle that we had yesterday as well between those two. A locked in battle for 4th overall, a little bit further back from the battle for 2nd than we'd like to have been, as the field work their way across the line here for the 2nd time. It's 0.9 of a second, 0.2 gain for Peyton. And that is a look on the inside from Al Moxoy on Theo Palmer as they work their way through the 1st corner. So that's another position gained from the young Turkish driver. Our leading rookie as well in the field once again is Al Moxoy. Trying to go 2 and 3 wide through the 1st sector there after the 1st corner has been completed on lap number 3. A gap up front, 0.9 of a second. Then we have to look a little bit further back. We've got a 0.9 of a second gap between Al-Azhari and Nicolo in the number 19 as they run at this very moment in time, as they work their way through the 1st sector, snaking their way through, and of course just biding their time, waiting for something to happen here, because of course yesterday we raced at sort of the end of the day when it was when the sunlight was hanging low in the sky. Now it's a bit high, so it is a little bit warmer here today than it was yesterday, although this morning it was quite breezy here on the track of the Dubai Autodrome. No dust in sight. They're being kicked around from what's going on around the track either. And they are the 2nd cars to go out onto the track as well. Now that is the 3rd of the Mumbai Falcon Racing Limited cars going through. Now, is that Bernardo Benoldi in the 16? I have a feeling it is, after he tumbled down the order not too long ago on the opening stages, but making moves here and moving his way up the order. Now, from the back of the grid, Noah Kilian is up now into 17th position. That's a gain of at least 8 positions that he's managed to chase down from the very get-go of this race. So he's certainly moving his way up the order. Would like to have qualified a little bit higher than he did today. And I will see that there was a 5-place grid penalty that was applied for round 1, race 2 to car number 10. Now, that car number is, well, that's Al Moxoy. So now, why did he get that penalty, I wonder? Why did Alp Oxoy receive a penalty for 5 seconds? We must find that out on why he got that. Very interesting. Now, an incident has been noted on our screen here as well between two of our drivers, but as soon as we had a look at that, the message went off of our screen. We have a car coming into the pit lane here as well. Is that the number 30 that's coming in? Now, is that one of the cars that was on that message that we saw? Car does not sound right at all either, but the gap up front between Peyton Westcott and Adam Al-Azhari has closed up now to 7/10 of a second. So Peyton Westcott, she's being chased down by Adam Al-Azhari. Both of them want to start the day off strong with a race victory. But which of the two will it be on the top step of the podium when it comes the end of the race? Now, Alp Oxoy, let's have a look where the Turkish driver is at the moment. He's currently 6th place at the moment. The highest place rookie and 1.6 seconds back from Hunter Salvatore, who is in the 60 running in 5th position. There is our race 1 winner and our rookie winner from yesterday as well. The Turkish driver racing for Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited, trying to carve his way through the field. It's not as easy as one would think here, having to deal with cars in front of you. It's the most optimal thing is to have pole position, but of course in the nature of Formula Trophy, the order is shaken up. The top 8 are reversed, with Alp Oxoy having to start in 8th position alongside 2nd place finisher yesterday, Theo Palmer. So that means Alp Oxoy has got back past both Theo and Rowan here already. Rowan did not have the best start, dropping down to 9th position, and Theo Palmer is in 7th at the moment. Actually on that lap, Alp made his way past that car. Now, incident at turn 14 through the bowl is the reason as to why the number 30 has come into the pit lane, and that is a shame there for the driver from the United States of America coming into the pit lane this early, as we haven't even elapsed 10 minutes of racing here at the Autodrome for race 2 of Formula Trophy. Peyton Westcott continues to lead here, but by how much? It's 7/10 of a second. So Adam Al-Azhari is keeping her honest for the time being and staying within that 1 second threshold for the time being, waiting for an opportunity to pounce at any given moment. Turn 1 is a prime opportunity to overtake her if he can get close enough after picking up the toe down the long front straight. Turn 10 as well, using the back straight to pick up the toe as well, is an opportunity for him, but has to get a lot closer. Scott Kinlimblom started 11th here at the Dubai Autodrome, now down in, where he's on our timing screens at the moment. He is actually now in 8th position, so he's actually gained 3 positions from where he started, but was handed a penalty yesterday for the incident with him and Peyton Westcott after muscling her out wide. And Peyton Westcott did a fantastic job of keeping all 4 wheels facing in the right direction and finishing in 8th overall in yesterday's race, walking away with a handful of points for her chance at the trophy at the end of the season. Now, Jordan Moodley is being warned about track limits, and that is 3rd warning already here at the Dubai Autodrome in our 2nd race of the weekend for Formula Trophy. He doesn't want to incur another warning because that would impede him, and we did see a couple of track limit infringement penalties being handed out yesterday to a number of the drivers that kind of shuffled the order at the later stages. Looks like Limblom now leading a handful of cars, including Rowan Campbell-Pilling, who was on the podium yesterday, was hoping for a 2nd trip to the podium this morning, but we'll have to fight tooth and nail here as well. Noah Kilian is now up into 15th position after starting at the tail end of the field in 23rd. 5 more positions to gain, and he'll be back in the points here, as that looked like Bernardo Bernoldi being a bit too brave there through the bowl complex and using as much of the curb as he could before being pushed out wide by 2 of the Yassit Racing cars through that corner. Westcott continues to lead here and still in front of Adam Al-Azhari. She is by now 5/10 of a second. The gap has come down by 2/10 here at the Dubai Autodrome. The battle is certainly on here. We've got 25 minutes of racing plus an additional lap to sort everything off, and Davide Cosma Christopher currently circulating in 3rd, so he actually got that position away from the number 19 and moves himself up into a podium finishing position. So that means we have 3 cars from 3 different teams in the top 3. We have the Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited car of the 98. We have the Yassit Racing number 12 of Adam Al-Azhari, and the XL Motorsport car of David Cosma Christopher. And Niccolo there in the 19 as well, makes it 4 different teams in the top 4. We can actually say 5 different teams in the top 5, because we've also got Evans GP from the likes of Hunter Salvatore in 5th position, and of course that Pinnacle Motorsport car in 4th overall. Alboxoy, though, lurking in close proximity, now tucking up behind the Hunter Salvatore number 60, a little bit further up from this battle here at the moment, because we're looking now at that train of cars as Scotkin Lindblom is currently leading at the moment, ahead of what looks like 2 of the XL Motorsport cars. Indeed it is, including the number 4 of Liam Headforce, one of our many rookies that we have here in the field, and is he the 2nd place rookie overall? Indeed is. Quite a ways back from Alboxoy. There are 3 cars in between those 2 rookies, so it looks like Alboxoy looking for another victory in the rookie category here, as the number 55 Charbel being warned about track limits is his 2nd warning through turn 2. Doesn't want to occur anymore to have him drop down the order either. So across the line we go for Peyton Westcott. Now, how far ahead is she compared to Adam Alazari this time round? The gap goes up by 1/10 of a second to 6/10 of a second between them. Looking strong here for her first victory. It's Hunter Salvatore up now into 4th position and is now chasing down David Cosma Christopher in that number 3. Now, those 2 are separated by 2.1 seconds. Alboxoy 4/10 of a second back from the number 19, looking for an opportunity to pounce and work his way through. This is the battle for the lead of the race here. Peyton Westcott and Adam Alazari battling it out for the top step of the podium here. It was 6/10 of a second at the line, and I think it looks a lot closer than that. There's about a car length separated the 2 of them, making that about 3 car lengths as they enter the corner now onto the back straight here. The gap closes up from Adam Alazari, gets a much tighter line through there. Westcott is quick on the accelerator as she accelerates down the back straight, trying to break the toe wherever she can from Adam Alazari. And tucked in behind them is David Cosma Christopher, as Adam Alazari looks for an opportunity on the inside, but Peyton closes the door on him. Now a penalty is being issued to the number 17 for being out of their grid box. So the number 17, that is Zachariah Dolaire in the for Yas Heat Racing, one of our rookies here, and that is very unfortunate for him. And they are currently in 21st position, right at the tail end of the field, just ahead of Jordan Moodley at the moment. As we're back now with the battle for the lead of the race between Peyton Westcott and Adam Alazari. She started from pole position, and she's going to have to fight for this victory to the very end of this 25-minute plus 1 lap here around the Autodrome in the race, in the 2nd race for Formula Trophy here. And now how close to get? With 6/10 of a second last time round. It's a lot closer this time round. Indeed it is. It's 5/10 of a second, so a 1/10 of a second gain there for Adam Alazari. And continues to attack as David Cosma moves back as well. He is 1 second adrift from these 2 battling in front, and then a further 1.9 seconds back is Hunter Salvatore. Now Alboxoy 5/10 of a second off the back bumper of the number 19 as he tries to carve his way back up. Scored maximum points yesterday in the Formula Trophy race number 1 for the 2025 Formula Trophy rounds here. And now it is slowly becoming a 3-way battle for the top step of the podium between Peyton Westcott, Adam Alazari and David Cosma Christopher. As Christopher tries to close that gap up. 1.5 seconds is the gap between our top 3 at the moment, and they have to look a little bit further back to see Hunter Salvatore, excuse me, but they're all on the back straight all together now. And Hunter is breaking away as well from that little pack that's being led by the Pinnacle Motorsport at number 19 here at the moment. Then we look further back and we still see that Scotkin Lindblom is in charge of that battle that's happening behind him between the 2 XL Motorsport cars. That would be the number 4 of Liam Headforce, and of course with him as well would be not the 30, unfortunately, because the 30 is in the pit lane. The car behind Leon is Arthur de Donker, the Dutchman. Now, where did Arthur start? Because I'm not sure he started that close, did he? No, he didn't. He started all the way down in 17th, so a magnificent run from him as well, from the young Dutch star there, moving his way up the order, now into 11th position. Noah Killion is up into 14th and is now struggling to get through, but however, starting 23rd and is now 14th. He's gained 9 positions since the start of this race. 8.5 minutes to go here for Peyton Westcott. Can she keep Adam Alazari at bay, as now Adam Alazari has to focus on defending as well, because Davide Cosma Christopher has closed that gap up. It's 0.3 of a second now. Is David on the back bumper of the Yas Heat Racing number 12. So what was just a focus on attack is now a focus on attacking and defending, but now it moves more towards defending. This will allow Peyton Westcott to escape up the road, and now she can sit a little bit easily, because now she can see that there are 2 cars behind her battling for position as well, as this man right here, Hunter Salvatore in the 60 for Evans GP, trying to close it up in on that battle as well. Has gained 0.2 of a second on the 2 in front of him, but would like to be a lot closer to really be in the mix there for the podium position once again. Missed out on it yesterday, but would like to stand on the podium here as we see one of the AGI sport cars on the inside of one of the XL Motorsport cars. Now that is the battle with Scott Kin Lindblom. Now, which of the AGI sport cars was that was trying to make a move on the inside but thought better of it not to come together there? I must say, this is some fantastic racing from the stars of the future here in Formula Trophy. As Salvatore being warned about track limits, he receives that at turn 9. It's his first track limit warning of the day, as Lindblom proving very difficult to pass here, currently sat in 8th position. And those 3 cars behind him must be getting very, very frustrated, looking for each and every opportunity that they can to find a way through. But Lindblom not making it easy at all to carve their way through, as he controls this battle for 8 between 4 cars. Campbell Pilling, podium finishing position yesterday. Headforce, one of our leading rookies, and Hani Hallam as well in the mix there at the tail end as they close that gap up through 14. A little bit of a lock up there from Campbell Pilling that keeps all 4 wheels facing the right direction, as Westcott across the line, still out in front by 0.8 of a second, as of course now David Cosma Christopher closing in and now applying pressure to the back of the Yas Heat Racing number 12 of Adam Alazari, with just over 6 minutes remaining plus an additional lap here at the Autodrome. Very evenly matched there for Lindblom, Campbell Pilling and the Leon Herfort's car, and it was Hani Hallam who was actually the quicker of the 4 and actually gets through, and now is in the 3rd place position in this battle of 4, what is 8th place, so moves himself up now into 10th position overall and into the final point scoring position as well. That will be an additional point to add to the tally here, as the gap up front 0.8 of a second, and Lindblom still in control of this battle here for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th place respectively. Points are points in the end of the day, and they can help you win a title when it comes the end of the season, as they make their way onto the back straight here on the 10th lap of the race here. 0.8 of a second up front. It is 0.6 of a second separating Alazari and David Cosma Christopher, as they currently run 2nd and 3rd. Now, what about Hunter Salvatore? Is he closing up? He is now 1.1 seconds adrift, so is closing up, but not as quickly as he would like to. He's not got much time left on the clock, and now, of course, with the enhancement that the Autodrome have made, we now know, and all the drivers can see, how much time is left on the clock, so they will also know that they don't have a lot of time left to make a move where they can. So this now is the battle for the lead of the race, and it looks like Alazari and David have really closed up on Peyton Westcott here as well, and Hunter Salvatore hunting once again in the background. Sniffs an opportunity here and could be in contention for the top step of the podium come the last laps of the race here. Just over 4 minutes remaining for Westcott, Alazari, Cosma Christopher and Salvatore. Your top 4 at the moment, all separated by 2.2 seconds between them, as Theo Palmer moves up past the number 19, dropping Nicolo there from Pinnacle Motorsport down a position, unfortunately going in the wrong direction after starting on the second row of the grid in 4th position in that number 19. Back now with the race leader, Westcott, as she continues to lead here, as she's done from the very get-go. And this will be a very well-deserved race victory. It's not going to be an easy one for her here as well. She's got Alizari, Cosma, Christopher and Salvatore breathing down her neck here. And what she wants is they want these three to really battle it out there for the second step so she can escape up the road here. 3.5 minutes remaining on the clock. There is the lead battle once again. And look who is there in the background as well. Almoxoy, not probably close enough to make a move, but if he can start to reel them in here, he can certainly latch on to the battle for the lead. It's going to be a 4-way fight for the race victory here. But let's have a look at how far back Alp is at the moment. Our rookie winner and our overall winner from yesterday currently is 3.3 seconds adrift. Our top 4 separated by 2.2 seconds. 5.5 if we include 5th position overall. So quite a bit of work cut out here for Alp if he wants to be on the podium again. But after his performance yesterday, we cannot count that out just yet. We still have over 2.5 minutes plus 1 lap here to get through in Formula Trophy race number 2 of the 2025 season. Peyton Westcott makes her way through the final corners here as Adam Alazari drops back a little bit here, but will start to close up once again. Theo Palmer, as you said, moves up in a 6th position after Dodonka moves up now into the top 10 and will now take that final point scoring position away from Leon in that 11th placed number 4. Buxoy there across the line. 3.2 seconds back, 5.2 seconds from the race leader. Just lurking in the background as well as Peyton Westcott stretches her lead out by a few tenths of a second. Here is now up to 9/10 of a second between her and Adam Alazari. Before it was just 1 car that she had to deal with in a rearview mirror. Now she has 3 to deal with in these closing stages of race number 2 of Formula Trophy here at the Dubai Autodrome. Our second race of the weekend and our second of 3 races that will take place here. Now in terms of the rookie, it's Almoxoy who currently sits in 5th position overall at the moment, our highest placed rookie, but it's Arthur Dodonka who moves up into 9th position now, moving past podium finisher from yesterday, Rowan Campbell-Pilling in 2nd place. So about 4 cars in between the two of them, and 3 cars actually between our 2 leading rookies. Westcott tries to break the toe here, and it looks like David sees an opportunity on the inside in the braking zone of turn 10, but not close enough to make a move and thinks better of it. Has to leave it because, of course, 1 more race today. They have to keep the cars in tip-top condition, because the last thing you want to do here is bring back a race car that's mangled to pieces for the team to fix in a very short time frame. And of course, you don't want to lose a podium finishing position either this early in the trophy series. So Westcott leads by 9/10 of a second, then 4/10 of a second back is David Cosma, Christopher, and then it's Hunter Salvatore, 6/10 of a second back at the moment, so really closing in on the 2 in front of him as well. And then 30 seconds plus 1 lap to go. So this time round will be the penultimate lap here for Peyton Westcott, who has led from the very get-go here. From a pole position is where she started in that 98, and she wants to finish in the exact same position here. 12 laps completed here at the Dubai Autodrome for race number 2 of Formula Trophy, the 2025 season. With Adam Alazari chasing down his first victory of the season as well. The gap is now 7/10 of a second. It's 1.1 to our leader from David Cosma, Christopher, and then Hunter Salvatore is only 1.7 seconds adrift. 6/10 of a second back is Hunter from that number 3 at the moment here. So 25 minutes have officially elapsed. This is the penultimate lap of this race, and for Peyton Westcott, maybe slowing down was the best thing to do on the previous lap to try and reduce that time till we have 1 lap to go. She'll have to keep Adam Alazari behind it. Now, coming into the pit lane is Bernardo Bernoldi from 22nd overall. The Italian is in the pit lane. We also missed Jordan Moodley coming in as well earlier in the session in that 64. So unfortunately 3 cars in the pit lane here, bringing a total to 21 cars circulating on track. Noah Killion has now gained 10 positions to where he started. He started 23rd earlier today and is now in 13th overall. 3 positions away from a point scoring position, and it might be another position gain before the end of the race as well for Noah Killion, as he is only 0.2 of a second off the back bumper of the number 88. A major in front of him now, back with the race lead here. Peyton Westcott continues to lead by 0.7 of a second, but this time round they will be informed that it's 1 lap to go. 16 corners for Peyton Westcott to keep Al-Azhari, Cosma, Christopher and Salvatore behind her. Can she do it for another 16 corners, excuse me? Well, she did it for 12 laps previously. She can certainly do it once again here around the Autodrome one final time here in race number 2. As Peyton will try and break the toe wherever she can here to not allow Al-Azhari to close up. So there you go, confirmation. The leader is on the last lap of the race here. Westcott has 15 more corners to go. It is 0.5 of a second between her and Al-Azhari. And now all 4 of them know that this is the last lap of the race, and there is only a handful of opportunities to try and make a move on Peyton Westcott here to take the victory. But they may keep it nice and calm here on the very final lap, because of course 1 race to go later on today for our final race of the weekend. Now there's a yellow flag being waved at turn 10. That is the end of the back straight, which we're coming up to now. And well, it's been withdrawn, and that would have taken away an overtaking opportunity if Al-Azhari was close enough to make a move on the inside on turn 10. But it's been withdrawn, so we can continue racing here through turn 10 now. Go the race leaders in the final stages here of sector 2. And it's actually still showing a yellow flag down at turn 10, so unfortunately that was an overtaking opportunity removed from Adam Al-Azhari, and that might be for the number 17 that may have stopped out on track, as that car is not being shown as come through just yet. And they did go through sector 1, so Zachariah may have stopped there at turn 10. That might be why we have the yellow flag. But now into the final few corners here. Peyton Westcott looking for a first victory here in Formula Trophy. Works her way through turn 14. And a last-minute decision there from Adam Al-Azhari to try and make a move on the inside, but just not close enough to make the move. He's got one more chance now down towards turn 16 for the final time. But for Peyton Westcott, it looks like victory within her sights. It's only a few hundred meters to go, and she will start the day off in style with a victory here in race 2 in Formula Trophy. A fantastic drive from the pole sitter. Peyton Westcott takes the victory from Adam Al-Azhari, and David Cosma Christopher will round out the top 3. Our top finishing rookie is Alp Aksoy from 5th position, our winner from yesterday, and our overall winner as well, as Peyton Westcott for Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited alights the flag victory. She came under pressure a number of times there from Al-Azhari, but she kept her cool and kept the Yassi racing car behind her the entire time, and a well-deserved victory that makes 2 victories as well this weekend for the Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited team. Aksoy was the winner yesterday, and today it is Peyton Westcott who takes the victory in our 2nd race. So that yellow flag still being shown at turn 10, but it's the end of the race here, and I think for Yassi Racing as well, a great way to start the day as well. 2nd step of the podium for them. They would like to be 1 step higher, but that can come at the 3rd race, which is scheduled to take place later on today. So 2 races down. That means we have just 1 more to go in the first round here for Formula Trophy. Who will be the one on the top step of the podium in our 3rd and final race of the day, which will take place later on. And then we can have a look now at the finishing order here, and where everybody finished. As we know, Peyton Westcott finishes exactly where she began this race 25 minutes ago in the Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited car. The driver from the United States of America, the 98, having completed 14 laps, takes the victory from Yassit Racing's Adam Al-Azhari in the number 12. 5/10 of a second was the gap at the line, and Davide Cosma Christopher in the XL Motorsport makes it 3 different teams on the podium, and then we have to look down to 5th position where we find the Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited number 10 of Alaksoy, our winner from yesterday, but our top rookie once again here at the Autodrome in race number 2. Hunter Salvatore finishes 4th in the Evans GP. What will happen in the 3rd race? I'm sure he's hungry for a podium, and definitely saw the opportunity yesterday and today just slip out of his hands. Will no doubt be fighting for it later on today. Unfortunately, Cohen Kotovic and Kaylee Countryman did not start this race here today. We should have had 26 cars on the grid, but at the start 25 minutes ago we had 24, with 3 of those cars being 22nd, 23rd and 24th overall, all coming to the pit lane, and Zachariah stopped at turn 10. So that brings an end here to the 2nd race of the day for Formula Trophy. We'll be back later on this afternoon for the 3rd and final race of the day. There you see on the left-hand side is Adam Al-Azhari for Yassit Racing getting out of his car. Then on the right-hand side is David Cosma Christopher, and then just behind them is not Peyton Westcott. That is our rookie winner, Alp Aksoy. We're waiting for Peyton Westcott to come to the position 1 right there in Parc Ferme. It might take a little bit longer for her to get there. I think this is quite an emotional victory for her as well. Starting from pole position and keeping these drivers behind her as well. No easy feat, and at the line it was 5/10 of a second between our top 2, and she did a magnificent job of keeping them behind her the entire time, having a wing mirrors filled with multiple cars at some stage there, and I think that's her car being pulled out of Parc Ferme and into position, where she will slot in to number 1. An incredible drive from her, holding control of the field all the way through to the very end of the race. There comes the 98 now into number 1 here at the Dubai Autodrome for our 2nd race in Formula Trophy. That means 2 different race winners from 2 races. The same team has won both races. That, of course, is the Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited team. What about race number 3? Will we have a 3rd unique winner? Well, it might be tough, because Alp Aksoy will be the man that sits on pole position. And a big smile there from Peyton Westcott for her first victory of the season here in Formula Trophy. And the team will be absolutely delighted for that. Now, I may be wrong about this, but I have a feeling Peyton Westcott is the first female driver to win in Formula Trophy. Now, the trophy has only been around for 2 years. I can't think off the top of my head if there has been another female driver on the top step of the podium. Peyton Westcott could very well be the very first one on the top step of the podium. And of course, before we have the podium presentation, we will check out some highlights from this race. A relatively clean race as well at the start of the day here. Not too many incidences, a few track limits here and there. There was one incident that was under investigation, which was the reason why we had the number 30 in the pit lane. I may explain why we had a few others in the pit lane as well. But a relatively clean race from all of the stars of the future here in Formula Trophy. Now, if we have a look at the rookies as well, Alp Aksoy was the rookie winner. We have to look all the way down to 9th position to find Arthur Dodonka, the 2nd highest placed rookie, and Leon Hedfors, the Swedish driver there in 11th, was 3rd in the rookies. So we can now look at some highlights here for the 2nd race of the weekend for Formula Trophy. And we look forward to what the 3rd race has in store later today. check out some highlights here from race 2 of Formula Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now having the podium ceremony for the 2025 Formula Trophy Round 1 in Dubai, Race 2. We will start with third position. Ladies and gentlemen, in third place from XL Motorsport, David Cosma Christopher. Very excited to get the podium underway as well is David. Next up in second position from Yassi Racing, Adam Al-Azari. And our winner and our pole sitter, ladies and gentlemen, from Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited, Peyton Westcott. And before we hand out some trophies, we'll also invite out our top rookie, also from Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited. Please welcome Alp Aksoy. And to help us present the trophies, we invite Tarek Al-Gamal, the head of commercial here at the Autodrome, to help us present trophies here, of course, to our third place finisher, David Cosma Christopher. We invite him back to present the second place trophy to Adam Al-Azari. And last but not least, we invite him back one more time to present the winner's trophy to Peyton Westcott. And of course, one final trophy goes to our Rookie Cup winner. That goes the way of Alp Aksoy. Now, just a reminder for the drivers, our finishers real quick. We're taking the photo. If you look down towards the photographers down there during the ceremony. I will wait for the go-ahead from the photographers. Can we get all the drivers and Tarek as well all closer together on the top step? And remember to look down at the photographers. And we wait for the thumbs up there from the media team. And I think we're good to go by the looks of it. I think one final shot. Well then,
There is one thing to do now, but I'm not sure if the drivers want to do it. But if you really want to, pick up those bottles and start having a bit of fun. What did you expect? They have a race later on today. They don't want to get sticky like this. They'll celebrate later with the whole team. But congratulations once again to our top 3 finishers and, of course, our top rookie as well. We thank you so much for your company here. We'll be back live on air later on this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, will Peyton Westcott be able to do it again? We'll wait and find out for round 1, race 3.